start explaining. As prerequisites, please be ready with a paper and a pen so that you can jot down your answers, and then while I go through the answers, you can tally them and see how many you've gotten correct. Get started with the first set of questions. Okay, so let us start checking the answers. An instrument used to find the rate of transpiration. It is the potometer. Then, WBCs with nucleus having 3 to 5 lobes. So these are the neutrophils. So how do the neutrophils look like? So they, have nucleus with around 3 to 5 lobes like this. So they have multi-lobed nucleus. Okay. Then the phase of the cardiac cycle in which the auricles contract. So as you see contract, we know that this is the auricular systole, right? Contract means systole. And since the auricles contract, so it is the auricular systole. Next, cellular component of blood containing hemoglobin. So these are the red blood cells abbreviated as the RBCs. Also, the red blood cells are known as the erythrocytes. Okay, so erythrocytes can be a correct answer. Then, the part of the brain responsible for coordination of muscular movements. It is the cerebellum. Due to this reason, a drunkard walks clumsily because alcohol goes and affects the cerebellum. So hence a drunkard is unable to, basically coordinate between the muscular movements of his body. So he walks very clumsily. He cannot walk properly with straight steps. The next set of questions are on the screen. Let's check the answers. First, stage where the nuclear membrane and the nucleolus reappears. So this is the telophase. The phenotypic ratio of offsprings of the F2 generation in a dihybrid cross. So the ratio is 9:3:3:1. The inward movement of the solvent molecules through the plasma membrane of the cell. This is endosmosis, right? So inward, in means endo, solvent molecules, that is, this is usually the water molecules through the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is an example of a selectively permeable membrane or a semi-permeable membrane. So this is endosmosis. Next we have tissue responsible for the ascent of sap in case of plants. It is the xylem. So the xylem tissue is responsible for the upward movement of water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the upper parts of the plant. And next we have the female gonad responsible for the production of ovum. Very simple. This is the ovary. Okay, so gonad means what? Gonad means that the primary reproductive structure that we are talking about. The female gonad that produces the ovum is the ovary. The next set of questions are on the screen. Well, so let us check the answers. The expulsion of the fetus from the body of the mother. This is known as parturition. So expulsion means what? Expulsion means, release, basically giving out of the fetus, that is the developed fetus, from the body of the mother. It is parturition. Next, the tube that leads from the ovary to the uterus, it is the fallopian tube. Right? The fallopian tube is also known as what? We must be knowing that it is also known as the oviduct. Okay. Then, the structure which connects the placenta with the fetus. This is known as the umbilical cord. Okay. Now, part of the chloroplast where the biosynthetic phase occurs, this is the stroma. So what is the biosynthetic phase? The biosynthetic phase refers to the light independent phase. Light independent phase. So the first one, that is the light dependent phase, that is occurring in the grana. And the second phase, that is the biosynthetic or the light independent phase, that occurs in the ground matrix, that is the stroma. Next, what do we have? Next, we have place of no vision in the eye, and this is the blind spot. The next set of questions are on the screen. Okay, so time for us to check the answers. 56. A plant in which the stomata are sunken. A great example is Nerium. Okay, so in case of Nerium, the stomata are sunken, and this is an intrinsic ability of the plant to reduce the amount of transpiration that occurs from the leaves of the plant. Okay. Next, a chemical produced by basophils, this is histamine, and this has a role in enhancing the immunity of the body. Then, squeezing out of the WBCs through the capillary walls. The process is known as diapedesis. Okay, so what happens is that, say this is a capillary wall, and say the WBCs are inside the capillary wall. Now what happens is there might be very minute openings in the walls of the capillary. Say just for instance here there's a very minute opening in the wall of the capillary. So what is the WBC is going to do? They're going to squeeze out of these capillary walls owing to their amoeboid or irregular shape. So they come out of the capillary walls, and wherever they can get hold of bacteria or some foreign particles, they will be basically phagocytosing those. Phagocytosis will happen. Next is cellular component of blood that helps in clotting. So these are the platelets. Also, please know that the platelets are also known as the thrombocytes. So even if you write thrombocytes, that's the correct answer. Next, a band of nerve fiber present in between the cerebral hemisphere. So this is the corpus callosum. So the two cerebral hemispheres, the left and the right cerebral hemisphere, has the corpus callosum present in between. Well, so if you think that this has been useful for you regarding your practice for the upcoming board examination, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel by explaining. And yes, stay tuned for the next part. Thank you.